Episode number 1. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. My name is Jessica Tellian, the host of A Stronger You podcast, where I help you expand your mind so that you become a stronger version of yourself. Oh, that's going to be my intro that I say every podcast. I might pre-record it. I'm not sure yet. We will see. But welcome. I want to first start this episode off by saying thank you for being here. And this episode is going to be all about what is a stronger you? Like, what is a stronger you, right? What is this podcast going to be about? What am I talking about? A lot. So, a stronger you is that next version of yourself. Your higher self, you 2.0, your truest self, whatever it is that you call it, because we all use different language, we all use different terminology. But a stronger you is essentially built by me. But a stronger you is essentially developed because I believe always that there is another version of yourself out there, your future self. You know, we don't just reach this level and we stop there. There's always a stronger version of yourself. So that's where the name came from. And long story short, I'm going to get into this on another episode, but on the last day of my 20s, I was 29, I sat in a meditation and I asked for clarity in my business. And I said, I will listen to it. So here I am laying down on this couch right behind me. And sorry, I just had like a moment, like I can't believe I'm actually recording. I can believe I'm actually recording my first episode. I was laying down on the couch behind me and right away, a stronger you like came into my head. Okay, what else? I'm like, what else do you want to tell me? And nothing else was coming through. So I get out of my meditation. I look online. A stronger you is nowhere to be found. No one has the name. The owner of the domain was selling the domain. And girl, let me tell you, it was an investment, but it was an investment I was open and willing to make because the name was so resonant. Girl, I've been looking for a brand name for 5 years. Okay. I've came up with things like there was one thing that I was almost certain that it was going to be, and I'll share it with you here. It was the 3M movement: mindset, mindfulness, and manifesting, or mindset, mindfulness, and movement. It just, nothing was it. And I wasn't going to do something unless it was fully it. And that was a promise I made to myself. So I just let go of the attachment of making it perfect and like having to start it right now. And then with that, I actually went on my personal development journey, my self-growth journey. This was years ago. And I've always been into books. Well, I lied. I've always been into, my biggest thing was YouTube videos. Like that's how I was able to understand and get motivated because I'm more of an audio person and a visual. And that's why I'm uploading my podcast on YouTube as well, because for me, it was life changing for me. But I'm more of that type of learner versus reading books at the time. So that's how I started. Like I found all these motivational videos on YouTube. Then I turned into podcasts. And then I started going to retreats, investing over $40,000 in myself for my self-growth and my personal development. Some people think I'm crazy. I thought I was too, but now I understand why I did it and that it was worth it. And so with all that being said, it all came to me at the right timing on my last day of my 20s when I was 29. And I wasn't sure what was going to come because I asked for clarity and that came. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is I want to teach you what I learned from it. And the way my podcast channel is going to work is I'm going to talk about in the beginning what I am sharing with you, my story, and then life lessons and mindset shifts at the end of the video of how that can apply to your life. Okay. So I'm not just here like rambling, like just to talk to someone. No, my intention is to share with you these mindset shifts. Okay. So there's always going to be something to learn in my podcast. And my goal is to keep them under 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. If they go over, I can't make any promises, but if it does, it does. So anyway, what I learned with a stronger you is that timing is everything. Okay. Not being attached. And last but not least, these are my 3 biggest lessons. It doesn't have to be perfect to start. Timing is everything. You could be ready to start your business, but the things around you aren't in alignment. So how are you going to start your business? Right? Not being able to flow with the things around you. And when there's blockages, there's going to be big blockages. So that was my first lesson. The second lesson was not being attached. Like the moment I surrendered and the moment I let go of all expectations for where I wanted to do with my business, with my brand, it came to me. And that was a huge lesson because I've done that in different areas of my life. And that's where the biggest, most amazing things have happened. So if you're holding on to anything, if you're waiting for this like magical moment to do something, I invite you to surrender, let go, and trust. I got this mic because I think I'm going to want to hold it sometimes like this. If you're on YouTube, you can see this visual. So last but not least, it doesn't have to be perfect to start. And let me tell you, girl, if I was waiting for this to be perfect, this episode would probably be uploaded in a year. Okay. I had all these things on the list that I wanted to do before I uploaded and started my podcast. And I realized, why was I waiting? Why was I wanting it to be perfect just to start? Last thing I want to touch on is everything I've done has supported me to get to this point, to start the podcast, to start my brand, to start the name, to sit down in my beautiful apartment. And it all led me to this very moment, right? I don't regret anything. I don't regret any of the things I tried to start and it didn't work. I don't regret the things that took off that I didn't follow through with. I don't, because all those things taught me the lessons I needed to learn to get to where I am now. I'm going to talk about something that makes me feel very vulnerable. And vulnerability is strength, my friends. Okay. For those, like there's these things on the internet that say, oh, vulnerability is weakness. No. If you can be vulnerable, that is strong AF. Everything happens for a reason. And what I said before was that everything I've done in the past that's brought me here today happened for a reason. And I'll share with you one specific story. And then we're going to close out because it's almost 15 minutes. In the past, I have tried to do certain things. I've even copied and pasted. Yes, I made it my own style, but I truly copy and pasted. And guess what? When I did that, nothing good came of it. But I had to do that to learn that that's not what I'm here to do. Right? Because we're all here on this planet, on this earth with our own gifts. There's enough food for everyone in this world. There's enough money for everyone in this world. There is enough success for everyone in this world. But there's people out there that don't feel that. And I send them so much love, period. This is the end of the episode. I actually, oh my gosh, I didn't plan on how I was going to close out. Let me look at my notes. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. If you love this episode, help me. See, I'm prepared. I just didn't remember off the top of my head what I was going to say, but I'll get there. Thank you so much for listening. If you love this episode, help me spread this to more people that can benefit from it by leaving this episode a rating and a review. Be honest. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, like this video. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.